Yo, welcome back to the channel, guys. Oh man, today, Monday, not so good. Not so good at all. First of all, I woke up late, guys. I woke up late. I didn't necessarily wake up late. I woke up on time, but I went back to sleep. And let me tell you why. I went back to sleep because I stayed up way too late talking to my friends. Not just having regular conversations, but really having some impactful conversations with my friends. So, you know, that's my fault, and it cost me. It cost me today. I woke up late and I missed doing what I was supposed to do. But I am going to make up for it. 100% I am going to make up for it. But on top of that, not only did I wake up late, bro, got bad news. Bad news is, taxes on the properties just went up, man. My taxes on the property just went up, guys. And this shit is just driving me insane. My taxes on the property went up by $2,000 on both of my houses, guys. I own two properties. Both of the houses, the taxes went up by $2,000. They're in two different counties, guys. So this is blowing my mind. Because the property is owned in LLC, I can't do homestead or anything like that. And so it's just, oh man, it's just so insane, the taxes on these two properties, guys. It is blowing my mind. So today we're gonna watch a video on this guy right here, man. He's talking about when he bought his house, right? He said his house cost 4 times his salary and ours cost 10 times, guys. So I want to see his perspective. I don't know if you call this a boomer. Is he a boomer, guys, or is he past a boomer? He looks like he's probably past boomer stage, but I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. He may be a boomer. Yeah, I kind of want to see what it was like for them. So let's see.
I bought my house in 1963 for $11,000.
11 grand.
That same house today, worth about $300,000.
Woo!
And you'll never be able to afford one. Let me tell you why. When Helen and I got married in '60, we rented for a few years, saved up, lived cheap. I was making about $3,000 a year at the phone company.
Gosh, in 1960, $3,000 a year. Let's see how much that is, guys. I used to be very, very good at math, but you know what they say, if you don't use it, you lose it. And I ain't been using it. So that's $250 a month, guys. In 1960, people were surviving off $250 a month, guys. Holy, boy, have we come far.
Helen worked part-time as a secretary, maybe brought in another $1,000, $4,000 total. We saved half of it, lived on beans and rice, no eating out.
They saved half of it. Guys, 4,000 divided by 12 is $333. If you divide that by 2, they save $166. They living on $166, guys. How is that possible?
No new furniture, just saving. 3 years later, we had enough for a down payment, 20%. That was the rule back then. So we needed about $2,000 down. Took us 3 years of serious saving, but we did it. Found a little 3-bedroom ranch in Bloomington, $11,000. Got a 30-year mortgage at 6% interest. Monthly payment, $62.
Get the fuck out of here, guys. Get the fuck out of here. No, seriously, get the fuck out of here. This is not real. $62, guys. This video is not real, guys. This is not real, guys. This is not real. Hell no. Hell no. I refuse to believe this nigga got a mortgage, the $62, 30-year mortgage at a 6% interest rate on a house that cost $11,000, and he was surviving on $166 a month in 1960. In 1960, guys. My grandma was alive in 1960. That means my grandma, she should have been thriving. Guys.
62. Here's the thing. That house cost me less than 4 times my annual salary. 4 times. That was normal back then. That's what houses cost. A young couple, one income, could buy a starter home in 3 to 5 years of saving. We bought that house when I was 24 years old. 24. Now, let me tell you what that same math looks like today. Average house in America? About $400,000 now. Some places more. Average salary?
I wouldn't say average house. I would say average house in a safe area. Guys, in a nice, decent area, 400 grand.
Maybe 60,000 if you're lucky.
Let's do the math on that. So 400,000 divided by 60,000 is around 6.6. So 6.6 times your annual salary.
7 times annual income.
Yeah.
Some cities, 10 times, 15 times. You'd need to save for decades just for the down payment. And that's if housing prices don't keep climbing while you're trying to save.
And that's the biggest problem,
My
right?
grandson's been saving for 5 years. He makes decent money, $50,000 a year. You know how much he's saved? $20,000. Sounds like a lot, right? It's not even close to enough. He needs $80,000 for a down payment on a $400,000 house. At this rate, he'll be 40 before he can buy. And that.
Oh my God, bro. This shit is comedy. They said this nigga will be 40 before he's able to even buy a house. And that's if he's lucky, if the market doesn't crash, guys. If the market doesn't crash, or if the prices don't go up and he need more. Now, oh my God.
That's if he's lucky. If the market doesn't crash, if he doesn't lose his job, if he doesn't have some medical emergency that wipes out his savings. I bought my house at 24. He'll be lucky to buy one at 40. That's not because he's lazy. That's because we destroyed the system. What happened? How did we get here? My generation. That's what happened. We bought houses when they were affordable. Then we voted for policies that made them investments instead of homes. Zoning laws that restricted building. Tax breaks for investment property.
Damn, imagine. Okay, so it kind of sounds like maybe a Gen Zer or whatever made this video to slap the blame on boomers, guys. So it's one of those videos.
Treating houses like stocks. We turned housing into a way to build wealth, and it worked for us. My house went from 11,000 to 300,000. I made out like a bandit. But you know who paid for that? You, the next generation. Because for me to get rich off my house, someone else has to pay more for theirs. That's how it works. My wealth is your burden. Young people today, you're doing everything right. You went to college like they told you, got degrees, got jobs, you're working, and you still can't afford a house. Can't build wealth.
Guys, whatever happened to Big Lots? Y'all remember Big Lots? Oh man, Big Lots used to be that store, man. They had everything. It was like a mini Walmart, but cheaper. You guys remember Big Lots? Listen, guys, this nigga said he made out like a bandit from 11 grand to 300,000. Wow. Sitting pretty, man. Look, here's the thing, guys. I agree that it's expensive to get houses, but my biggest thing is not even the price, right, of the housing, but the requirements to get in, right? All the requirements, the loans, the policies, the everything, all the hoops you got to jump through after you got the money. That's really what I don't like, guys. But for most people, it's like, oh man, well, I could jump through all the hoops easy. I just kind of need the money, right? And when you work in a conventional job, like a regular traditional job, and your only means of getting income is that paycheck, it can feel like, it could never happen, guys. Trust me, when your income is controlled by someone else, I get it. Yes, it can feel like you'll never get ahead. And as you keep gaining, the goalpost just keeps moving because prices keep rising and shit like that. So I get it, guys, but we got to just get creative, right? The only way to buy a house is not just on market with a real estate agent, go to Zillow and go see a house and go get a conventional loan. That's not the only way to buy a house, guys. So make sure that we're getting creative in 2026. If we really want to own a piece of property and we really want to get into a piece of property, let's start looking at all the options. I didn't buy my property going through a real estate agent and going on Zillow and shit like that. I bought my property directly from the seller, guys, directly from people like him who wanted to sell. But I got creative. I offered to pay them over time instead of cashing them out immediately. I offered to, I found people in very different situations, not specifically him, like Boomer, I'm loaded, I don't have any hassles, I can sell my house for $300,000. But people who had hassles, had property, and I was able to solve their problem by purchasing their property directly from them and having them play as the bank for me, instead of going the traditional route, paying those higher interest rates, paying those high prices, and doing it that way. I found this way much more beneficial to me, and it is. But it's not, it does require some work. But like I said, I was adamant about owning property. You guys have to be the same if that's really what you want to do. I get it. You don't feel like you should have to do that. But listen, I don't feel like we should have to work for food and water. But we do. So I don't make the rules. I just try to bend them in my favor. So,
Wealth, can't get ahead. And people my age look at you and say, "What's wrong with kids today? We bought houses at 25. Why can't they?" Because we made it impossible, that's why. We pulled the ladder up behind us, got ours, then made sure you couldn't get yours. And now we're sitting in our paid-off houses worth $500,000, calling you entitled for wanting the same chance we had. I didn't earn this house appreciation. I didn't work harder than you. I got lucky. I was born at the right time, bought when houses were affordable, benefited from a system that worked for workers.
Well, I mean, that could be said for this generation too. We're born at the time of technology, right? Boomers had to do real hard work. You know what I mean? We can probably just make content and blow up. Some of us at least could make content from their phone or work from home on their keyboard. And, so there's benefits to each and every generation, I believe. You just gotta find a way to make it work in your favor. I feel like these opinions are just amplified because there's a lot of avenues where people can express their frustration, like TikTok, Instagram, X, everything. People could just say how they feel about stuff at the moment, and a lot of people just jump on it and agree. But guys, there is people out here that's doing very well. There is people out here that's making it work. And you can make it work, guys. You can own a property. You can get on the train. It's not too late, guys. Stop thinking it's too late. Stop thinking it's over. You just have to get a little bit creative. You may not be able to do it like Hank here, but you can do it like yourself. And you can get in the way that you can and make it work. And make it work. I personally think that everybody should have a YouTube channel, guys. I made this channel so that I could, because I watch a lot of YouTube anyway, and so I was like, since I'm spending so much time on YouTube, let me just make a channel and try to balance out that consumption, right? Let me just consume the videos, but at least create just as much as I consume. So that's kind of why I made the channel. But prior to making the channel, I did always believe that everyone should have a YouTube channel going into this new age that we're going into, because it's like, you want to have some type of audience or some type of platform. You really can't be a nobody in this society, because, I mean, it's like you got to have some type of, you have to be somebody. It feels like you have to be somebody to make anything. You got to have some type of reputation out there. You got to have some type of name out there for people to even want to work with you and do stuff with you. And if you are having a hard time making that name, off the internet, then you got to get on the internet and make that name. That's not personally why I do it. I'm doing it because, like I just said, I just want to balance out what I consume and, create at the same time. I've always wanted a YouTube channel, but I used to want to do gaming and stuff like that, but I don't really game anymore. But I don't know where I'm going with this. I just feel like there's still a way, guys. It's still a way. It's not over with. Let's not sit back and think like, oh, we're done for. As a Gen Zer, myself, listen, we're far from being done. We just have to adapt a lot quicker. I will say that we do have to adapt a lot quicker, simply because things are changing very fast. Every day, Trump may wake up on the wrong side of the bed and he may change the policy. He may change the rules of the game and shuffle the board. You know what I mean? Shake up the dice. So we got to be ready to adapt all the time. But there's new opportunities popping up every single day, guys. There's new opportunities every single day. Think about it. Crypto was never around, guys. You can still get into crypto right now. It's not too late. You feel me? You can create content. It's not too late, guys. It's not too late to do any of these things. You could still go out and you could still start a business. You could sell on Amazon, guys. It's not too late. Get out there and get proactive and take control of your income, guys. Stop sitting back and waiting on other people to spoon feed you and then wonder why you can't get ahead. Because you're relying on someone to feed you the basics, guys. You're relying on somebody to feed you just the standard, and the standard's not going to cut it anymore. We got to get creative. We got to step outside our comfort zone. We got to step outside the box, and we got to start taking control of our income. Let's start doing some things that we're not comfortable doing, learning some things that we didn't learn before, and trying to find a way to take control of our income, guys. Make sure you get a YouTube channel and just create. I don't know, do whatever the hell you want to do. Create. Use that avenue. Think about what business you would start on the side. I feel like today you got to have side hustles, guys. You got to have side hustles. You can't just sit back on one income unless you're raking in the big bucks and you're living real frugal. You can't sit back on one income and think, oh, I'm just going to get out. I'm going to get out one day by just saving and investing, guys. I really think that you got to step out and pick up some side hustles, do some other things on the side, and eventually try to create your own business or your own platform or your own audience and monetize that in order to truly get ahead, because things are changing so fast. The value of the dollar is decreasing so fast that you want to be sure that you are on the ball and you are also rolling with it. So I don't know. Well, let's go ahead and finish out this video.
You were born into a system designed to keep you renting forever, to keep you paying someone else's mortgage instead of building your own wealth. And I'm sorry, truly. You deserve the same shot we had, and my generation took it from you. So when someone my age tells you to just work harder or stop buying avocado toast, tell them to shut up.
Yeah, guys, we're not going to get too much into it. Listen. Like I said, guys, let's adapt. Let's start doing things different. Let's start just getting creative and getting wicked and putting our minds and actually start thinking. Get off of the phones, get off of the scrolling, get off of the TikTok, get off the YouTube, get off the Instagram, get off the Facebook, get off the Twitter, get off everything and just start using your brain and start figuring out what ways you can get creative to start bringing in some extra income. And once we get that income, let's not use it to impress other people. Let's use it to buy our freedom, guys. Buy our freedom. That's the most important thing we want to do, is we want to buy our freedom. We want to make sure that we're not waking up day to day with the only thing on our mind is, I need to pay the bills for next month. We don't want to live like that. We want to wake up day to day and we want to be able to do what we want to do. We want to go out and travel. We want to go try different foods. We want to go learn new languages. We want to go experience new things. We want to spend a lot of time with people that we love, because that's the most important thing in this world, is spending time with the people that you love and care about. So we want to make sure that we're doing that and we're working towards that every single day. So forget all the flashy things. Sure, if you like flashy things, get it when you can afford it, guys. But don't get it so early that you're leaving yourself in debt and you're just kind of you're just kind of zipping up your back piece all the time, guys. You don't want to be running around zipping up your back piece over and over and over. You want to be looking forward and doing and putting your focus on life, guys. Thank you guys for pulling up and hanging out with me today. I appreciate all the love that you guys been showing to the videos. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 100 subs, and once we get to 100 subs, we're gonna do a $50 giveaway. So make sure you guys sub up. We out.